in the Philippines, you could leave your kids and be gone for a month it's normal. Like my sister right now, she lives in the Philippines. I ain't never met her. Like I've never seen her. This is my mom's child. You know, she left her. She got pregnant, got raped actually by a Saudi Arabian officer, and shipped my sister back to the Philippines, and with her sister, which was my auntie, and that's where my sister was raised. And like that's normal. Like it's not normal to me, because the way that I'm, you know, I feel like I kind of raised myself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not normal to me, but that's their norm. So how I got to that place is like just having that talk with my mom and being like, hey man, like she never used to tell me I was pretty. She never, so like now when people do compliment me, and I want to give Michaela her flowers, my best friend, she the one that really poured that into me. Like she always told me like, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. She's even yell at my mom like, come on, Lola, don't.
Shout out her.
Yeah, shout out to Michaela, because she literally poured that into me. She was always like, you beautiful, and they used to always do like favorites, like, Julie looks better than you, which is my baby sister, my blood sister. And so my whole life I was always like, Julie looks better than me, Julie looks better than me. I still feel like that now because it's so
it's indebted.
But it shouldn't even be a topic. Yeah, it shouldn't even be a topic. But even stuff like that, and I feel like my mom was, and the only reason I bring up like her being gullible and probably, she still doesn't really like feel like that's a real issue. And I had to tell her like, hey mom, like, you know, I don't want you doing that to my kids. I don't want you to, you know what I'm saying? Like, she'll be like, oh, let's say I'll make an achievement. If I do this right now, she'll like, oh, you're better than Julie because you did that. Like, it's like playing us against each other. So me and Julie, we're not even the closest because our whole life is like we've been, when we should have been like this, but the whole time we've had to feel like we were in competition with each other. Like, oh, every time she'll get her.
Lord, speak to us. May your voice be heard over us. Make us more like you and less like us. May every word that comes out of our mouth be of you.
Yes, Lord.
Of course, we're going to slip. You know how we be. Because you want us to be the characters that we are, too, at the same time. Just let your word be heard. Let the message that you want to get across be heard. And may we mark somebody indelibly. In Jesus' name we pray and know everything is possible. Amen.
Amen. Yes.
I want to get a word of appreciation out for you real quick, because when you came in here, you gave me these beautiful flowers. I don't know what they are, and I want y'all to know who are looking at this. Is this the name of it? Playa Blanca?
I don't know. I just know that I asked and I said, what kind of flowers would you get a man? And they told me the different kind of flowers, and they said white symbolizes friendship, so I know this is the beginning of our friendship, so yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
I be blushing a lot. Like people, when you came in, I want people to understand, when you came in, what you said to me was, and it holds weight, and I will be forever marked with it. You said men deserve their flowers too. I don't know if it was those words.
Those were words.
That's what it meant. And that's just, you don't see that too often from women. Like, and then I'm even the type of person, if I see a woman grabbing a door, I'm like, don't you?
Yeah.
Let me grab that thing. That didn't make me feel less of a man at all, right?
And I was worried about that. But then I'm telling you, God really do speak to his people. I'm telling you, he told me. He said it. I went on your page. I looked at your stuff and I said, man, this is a brother that's coming up. He's trying, he's grinding, you know? And I'm like, do something for him. Let him know, hey, I see you. And I do.
That's fine.
And now spending a little time with you prior to starting, oh man, I see you.
Thank you.
I see you.
I be blushing. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to take compliments, but I'm trying to get better in that. And she also told me I need to get better in that.
Yes.
I'm trying to get better at doing that. Where I want to start is, I looking at your mother and then looking at you, and you also let me know ahead of the podcast that, well, not podcast, the show.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna box it.
Yeah, this is a show.
This
is a network.
Right. But you also kind of let me know your background, your ethnic background, but for the people who really don't know, what's your ethnic background? If I'm not saying that right.
You are. So my mom is full Filipino, and then my dad is full Sudanese. So and he's African.
Sudan.
Yeah.
Sudanese.
Yeah, he's Sudanese. And we moved here to America in 2000. I was born in Lebanon, Beirut.
Who?
Lebanon, Beirut. It's close to Iraq.
Okay. And you moved here in 2000?
Mm-hmm.
So you were...
I was 5 years old.
5 years old. Okay.
Yeah. Prior to us moving, a lot of people always say, oh, was your dad in the military? Or, you know, how, because usually Filipino women usually, like, if you're in that area, you usually are military or something like that. But no, my daddy was street runner. He was just a regular smuggler dude, and my mom was a nanny for like Saudi Arabian like families and stuff like that for their military. But that was it. She used to like a lot of back then. A lot of Filipino women would come from other country, like from their country, and come to like those, you know, like Middle Eastern countries, and then try to like find work. Basically, and that's what she did. And then my dad, like, I guess he knew one of my. This is a story they told me, y'all. So I really don't know if this is how true this is. But my dad had a friend, and he met. I mean, like, he saw a picture of my mama, and he was like, "I want to meet this lady." And he waited like 3 years for her, and
3 years.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know what he was doing in them 3 years, but he waited like he wanted to be with her that bad, you know. And then. The rest is really history. After that, we came here, and we originally moved to Georgia, and then we ended up traveling here.
You came when you was 5. Do you remember coming here?
I do. I remember the day, like, and that's insane. Like, it's a really, like, I can see it still. I can hear bombs actually going off in the back, because that's why we got here. We were refugees at first. So when we moved here, I could actually hear the bombs in the background. Like, I was getting the small, like, I don't remember what kind of, looking back, maybe I'm making this up in my, like, thinking back now, but I can really remember, like, if it was like a gray, like, kind of like a Honda or something like that. Like, think of one of them old Hondas, and getting in, and obviously he didn't have no tent, and we was getting to the airport, and we headed to the airport. It was me, my mom, my dad, and my sister. And that's all I have in America, is me, my mom, my dad, and my sister. No cousins, no aunties, no uncles, nobody.
So when you say you can hear the bombs in the background, are you saying you were hearing from where you came from? You could
Yeah, it was a war.
Like on some.
Yeah, it was just like what it was like. You could tell it was a war going on, but I wasn't obviously close to it. But where it was close enough to where I could hear. I could literally be in the. I was in the car, and I remember hearing bombs and everything. Till this day, it's dope. And it was a lot of dirt. And my first memory, like, you know, people never thought about this. Like, what's your real first memory? Like, you remember seeing your mom? My mom asked me that before, and I was like, what do you mean? She's like, when the first time you ever remember ever actually seeing me? And I was like, what? And I was like, and I remember she worked as an ass wiper. Okay. I went to, heck no, I would never call those people that, she literally worked as in a school, private school. I went to a private school, and they would hire people to wipe the kids' butts. Like, that was like taught, like, 3, 4, 5 years old, like, and that's all she did. Okay. And I was privileged to actually get to, you know, go to that school just because she worked there. And that was my first time I remember seeing her. Like, make sure, like, when little kids would come to the bathroom, 2, 3, 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, and she would have to wipe their butt. And that's so weird now looking at it, but that was the first time I ever remember seeing her.
Okay. When you got here, was it hard for you to? Do you remember if it was hard for you to, like? Because it's a culture shift. Yeah. It's culture shock, basically. So do you remember the different feelings you was going through at that time?
You know what? And I always think about that. Like, how did I feel? Like, not the very first moment when we first came. I remember just being a regular kid. Like, I just felt like where they moved us to, they kind of moved us to around other foreigners, like people that were, you know, that it wasn't a camp, because we lived in like some apartments that kind of looked like this, but it was in Stone Mountain, Georgia, and since my dad's African, literally everybody's my auntie. Like, it don't matter. You would be my uncle if you was his friend, you know? So I was with around my auntie, so, and my cousins. So to me, it felt normal. It didn't feel different, but my dad was absent. Like, as soon as he got to America, he was like, hey, this is wild. I'm out.
Like, wild, and I ain't seen no shit like this.
I ain't never seen nothing.
This is fun.
This is amazing. And he was way younger than my mama. Way.
You said way older?
Younger.
Way younger.
Yeah. My mom, she's about to be 70. My dad's only like 50 something.
Really?
Yeah.
Got a boogie in my nose?
I don't see any.
Okay,
I would have told you. I would have told you.
I'm sorry. It just felt like one.
Yeah.
Him.
That bothered us.
This is where I was about.
I know where you're going with it.
Yeah.
It did, and him doing that. I remember it. You know, I remember him leaving, and honestly, he used to put his hands on my mama and stuff like that too. So now he's nothing like that now. Like, I love my dad now. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's changed, did a whole 360, but it still took all of that. All that still occurred. You know what I'm saying? So he still was beating this short little Asian lady senseless, you know what I'm saying? Because he couldn't adapt to what was going on. And you know what? A wise friend told me, like, man, I used to always resent my parents for everything that I went through. Like, I would always blame them, like, this is why I am like this, because y'all was effed up, y'all didn't do this. And I didn't think about how their parents raised them. Like, they only showing me what they know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or what they think they know.
Sometimes you don't know what's wrong.
And then you don't realize that you're doing that now. I'm doing that now with my kids. Like, I'm only going off of what I think worked or what didn't work. So, and then I didn't even think about this. My parents came from 2 different countries. Came to a whole nother country. Don't know none of these people, could barely speak English. And I felt like I faulted them for that. I felt like I faulted them for us growing up in poverty. I'm like, y'all had, like, growing up, I was like, why are we living like this? Yeah, this is our opportunity. Like, y'all should be trying to do more. And all they did was do the best they could with what they was given. You know? I never looked at it like that until, like, somebody brought that. Yeah.
Well, you and your mom's relationship online.
Oh, we have a good relationship even now.
Right.
Yeah.
I can only say online because that's all I can see.
Yeah.
So, but it looks genuine.
I don't know what she done.
Bill
And she's
Cosby.
ugly now.
Mom!
Oh my God.
Mom, who is that?
Fly, butterfly, stinky like a bee. It's Muhammad Ali. My professional boxer.
Who is this, Mama?
It's Ellen. Lovely and beautiful, generous. I love her too much. I hope I will give you a hug. I hope you give me money too.
Mama, who is this?
I know her.
Who is
I
it?
know her. It's Ofra Diet.
Mama, her name is Oprah Winfrey.
No, he's selling diet food. And he's billionaire. Oh, Ofra, I miss you. I love you. I love you so much.
Mom, who is that?
The famous basketball player.
Girl, he's not no basketball player.
I know now. He's a famous basketball coach. Shit.
Mom, who's this?
I wonder, how do you, even though somebody says that to you, how do you get to that point where you fully accept, like, damn, I'm kind of fucked up the way I'm treating them, and they've only been giving us what they were taught. How do you get to the point where you fully accepted of that, and then actually do you have that talk with them? Like,
So I actually did have to talk with my mom.
Okay.
So, and I had to talk with both of them. So my dad, he's kind of like, he's just crazy. He just feel like, look, it my bad. My mom, I feel like my mom is super vulnerable and gullible at times too. I'm just me being super transparent, just because it's different. Everything's different. Like, in the Philippines, you could leave your kids and be gone for a month, or it's normal. Like, my sister right now, she lives in the Philippines. I ain't never met her. Like, I've never seen her. This is my mom's child. You know, she left her. She got pregnant, got raped actually by a Saudi Arabian officer, and shipped my sister back to the Philippines, and with her sister, which was my auntie, and that's where my sister was raised. And, like, that's normal. Like, it's not normal to me, because the way that I'm, you know, I feel like I kind of raised myself, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not normal to me, but that's their norm. So how I got to that place is, like, just having that talk with my mom and being like, hey, man, like, she never used to tell me I was pretty. She never said, like, now when people do compliment me, and I want to give Michaela her flowers, my best friend, she the one that really poured that into me. Like, she always told me, like, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. She's even yell at my mom, like, come on, Lola, don't.
Shout out her.
Yeah, shout out to Michaela, because she literally poured that into me. She was always like, you beautiful. And they used to always do like favorites. It was like, Julie looks better than you, which is my baby sister, my blood sister. And so my whole life I was always like, Julie looks better than me. Julie looks better than me. I still feel like that now, because it's so,
It's indebted.
but it shouldn't even be a topic.
Embedded.
Yeah, it shouldn't even be a topic. But even stuff like that, and I feel like my mom was, and the only reason I bring up like her being gullible and she still doesn't really like feel like that's a real issue. And I had to tell her like, hey mom, like, I don't want you doing that to my kids. I don't want you to, you know what I'm saying? Like, she'll be like, oh, let's say I make an achievement. If I do this right now, she'll like, oh, you're better than Julie because you did that. Like, it's like playing us against each other. So me and Julie, we're not even the closest because our whole life is like we've been, when we should have been like this, but whole time we've had to feel like we were in competition with each other. Like, oh, every time she'll get her hair done, she'll have to call my mama like, how I look, mama? Who's the prettiest? Because she put it in her head like that. So if I do something my whole life, I'm like, I gotta make them proud. I gotta do this because I gotta be better. I gotta do better. I gotta be right because they gonna think, you know what I'm saying? She's better. Like, why would I even give it to him if she's better? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm in my own lane. Now that I've gotten older, I've accepted it more a little bit in that aspect. But as far as like my confidence, me and God and Michaela, we all worked on that. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, I was like, I'm ugly. Sometimes I still feel like that. Even when I get confident, I'm like, I don't know how to accept it because as soon as they see my sister there, I'm like, oh, she look better.
Ugly, not ugly.
Yeah. Well, thank you. So yeah, I had that talk with my mom. But then with my dad, I just told him like, man, you was beating us. We was in a foster home. A lot of stuff transpired, you know? And I'm like, you was beating the hell out of us. You threw a VCR at the back of my head. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you did a lot of stuff to us. But I'm like, I have to forgive you because, I mean, if God has forgiven us, like, am I greater than God? Like, who am I? If God can forgive me for everything that I've done, or if you can forgive a murderer, a serial killer, I can't forgive you because you stepped on my shoe, or I can't forgive you because you didn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm not greater than God.
That was hard.
No, for real.
Your sisters, though.
Hmm?
How important is it to you to sit down and talk with your sister about it? Because me, I went back and, like, apologize for a lot of the shit that I've done in life, and I still got some rounds to make. You know what I'm saying?
We got some rounds.
How I made people feel without knowing I was making them, or knowing I was making them feel like that.
Thanks.
And just because I know I've always been a person of love, and like you seem like a person of love, and you want to make things right.
You do. I know.
And I know if I had a sister that I never got to meet, I'd be so hard pressed to meet this sister.
Oh, she's coming.
And the other sister, I want to, like,
I'm in a relationship.
now that you didn't realize everything that put y'all against each other.
Yeah, but it's hard to come back from that because with me and Julie, the sister that is here, I always was like her mama. We like almost 5 years apart. So it was always like I was like her mama because our parents was effed up. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom was never on drugs, never did nothing, never drank. She was a Jehovah's Witness. So she was like super straightforward with that, but she still lacked. She wanted to be my friend. So, but with Julie, I felt like it's something that's missing. And this is me being all the way vulnerable, y'all, because this is my blood sister. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is somebody that I love and cherish dearly. So me to even speak about this is like, it really is a very sensitive topic, but I care that much. Like, I want it to be, if somebody is battling with this or, you know what I'm saying, with their sibling, like, it's something that's like blocking it. And I've prayed on it. I've tried to get her closer to God, but sometimes this person got to be like willing to, like, and she's still young, so I don't fault her for that. And I feel like, man, my parents they put a lot in her brain too. And I'm like, she got a lot going on herself. And I'm like, only thing I could do is keep trying and to tear it. And I'm not saying I'm perfect because sometimes I do take on, I'll think like I am your mama. You know what I'm saying? So I'm coming as a mama and instead of coming as a sister and coming as a, you know, I'm like, no, you need to do this. You need to be like this, like you said, preaching or coming at her all type of crazy because I want better for her because I want us to have I want us to have this relationship. And this is literally like she wants, like the relationship that I have with Kayla, like she wants that relationship, like for us to be like that. But I'm trying to give her that, but it's like, you're not like allowing me to give you that because you're not, like I could tell Kayla like, hey man, I don't like that. And Kayla, she gonna change it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Either she gonna change it or she gonna be like, oh, why you don't like that? Or what am I doing? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And she could tell me the same thing. I can't do that with my sister. I can't be like, hey man, I don't like that. Like, you could do.
Her heart is hardened to you right now.
It's like, it's something, man. But we've gotten way back. Like where we are now today, like today, what's today, the 5th? Is today Sunday?
And I tell you.
Is today the Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my sister's birthday today. So it's my little sister's birthday today, and she's Jamaican. So happy birthday, sis. Yes, but I'm like that barrier right there, man. It's hard because I don't know if it's age difference. Like I said, I don't want to use the word compatible or not compatible. It's just like our minds is not synced when you know what I'm saying. Like when you can't. Let's say I'm telling you something, and you just either you being too stubborn or anybody can unlearn old habits. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I don't want to just keep being like it's you. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's the way I'm coming at you. Maybe I don't know how I'm supposed to come at you. We're still working on it. I'm just trying to figure out how am I gonna get through to this girl without one offending her, because she's gonna be easily offended. She's Aquarius. She's, stay crazy. So I'm like, I don't know how to really get to that point.
Have you ever, what I found with me instead of, because I did used to, at one point in my life, I needed to be right. And maybe sometimes, I don't know if I ever came off preaching, but I found like talking to people in this way works a little better, because I do want better for you. Not saying my way is right or not.
Yeah.
But I bring it down to a more relative level. I've done this, I did this, like this, like I'm telling them all my mistakes and all that. And just to let you know, I'm not looking down at you. I'm going through this too, or I've done it. This is where I can be better. Before we tell them, I don't like this, I don't like that, tell them what you don't like about yourself, or what they probably see about you, or what can I do better to make this relationship better for you. That way, when y'all talking about it, they feel less attacked. They don't, because as soon as somebody tell you about yourself, you feel on defense a lot of the times. So maybe if you, and I'm not saying you don't take this route.
Yeah.
This is just
this is the route that I've taken. That's what I'm saying, because I've tried. Man, I've been working at this thing. I've been tugging, trying to find out different routes. But yeah, you're right, because it does. I've used that approach on a lot of people, because I don't want them. That's my whole. I don't want you to feel attacked, because I'm not your enemy.
Yeah.
If I'm even bringing a concern to you, like that means I care enough. Like I'm not trying to pick, man. Some people maybe they do just try to. But if I'm bringing it, if it's me personally, if I'm bringing it to you, I care. I really want to work at it. Like. And I'm not perfect, because, like, I can be short-tempered, too. Especially with my baby sister. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll see, like, even if she'll say, oh, but you don't do that to Kayla, or you won't be like that with Kayla. And I'm like, you don't get to see that, because you ain't around me like 20. I am like that with Kayla. I have been, but she's helped me with that. She's like, hey, man, don't talk to me like that, or don't. She's had to check me. I'm like, Julie, you can do this exact same thing. You can talk to me like that. Look, man, I got tough skin. You could talk to me like that. But if we're never having a talk, if you, every time I'm talking, you shutting it down because you're not ready to, maybe she's just not ready right now. That's how I look at it. I'm like, maybe she just ain't ready. Maybe she got some other stuff that she got to work with, but we're in such a better place right now. But I want her to have that. I don't want her to feel like she alone. Like I don't want, because we all we got. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't want her to feel like, if you watching this, I do not want you to feel alone. You know what I'm saying? I want you to feel like you got me. I'm your big sister. Like you can call on me for anything. Yeah. And I'm gonna be there. So.
And what you said is important. She might not be ready right now, because I remember having a talk with my father, and I don't know if I said this on the episode before, but y'all gonna hear it again. I remember having a talk with my father not too long ago. My father is in my life, always been in my life. He's just been like a Superman who never really put his feelings about stuff out there.
I heard it in song.
And you paid you, he. I saw him cry one time. But the recent time I seen him tear up was me telling him, hey, bro, I don't know you. And I did that to let him know that, not that you haven't been in my life, but you holding a lot in, and I'm here to be your friend, your listener, and all of that. And he kind of teared up a little bit. He didn't cry, but he teared up and was like, I hear you, son, but not right now. So some people just aren't ready at those times.
So they may never be ready.
Yeah. And your other sister.
My sister in the Philippines.
Philippines. What's her name?
Maha.
We'll
just call her Michelle. Just say Michelle.
So you are connecting with
her?
Yeah.
Yeah. We still talk to her. So my mom's in the process of actually getting her over here.
Really?
Yeah.
How old is she?
I think she's like 30 something.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's in the process. I'm the only one that does talk to her, because Julie's still, it's not really.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
it's Julie's world.
How do you think that's going to be? Like, if just guessing in your head, How do you think that relationship is gonna be with her and your mother, though?
So with her and my mom, I feel like they have a good relationship. I feel like, man, I mean, she's expressed like, hey, why did you leave me there? Why did you leave me my auntie? But she didn't have, I can't say she didn't have a terrible life from what I viewed. She didn't have, because my mom still took care of her financially, everything. All that was still taken care of. She just wasn't physically there. She would still go visit, but she wouldn't stay. Like my mom goes all the time and goes visit.
So she's seen her over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she just seen her last year. So yeah, and my mom's actually about to take my son and go out there for like 6 months. So they're about to be gone. Yeah, so they have a relationship, but she has expressed like, hey, like, what's up? Why'd you do that? And my mom just said it just felt like the right thing to do. So I mean, and the relationship I am worried about is when she comes, is the one that me and her are gonna have. Like we have a good one now, but I've never physically seen her. Like I've seen her like that, but I haven't like seen her in the flesh, obviously. But I think what I'm worried about is I'm the big sister here right now. So it's like she's gonna come in, and then I don't know if she's gonna be like Deboing me, or you know what I'm saying. I don't know what to expect from her because she is older than me. I don't know. I want to be respectful, but I just feel like I've already set the tone on who the big sister is. So I don't know how it's gonna be. It's kind of hard. It's kind of like a, you know, like I don't know how to be like, oh, we just sisters. We all just sistering. Because it's kind of like, especially with my mom, because she's older, so it's like I handle everything. I'm gonna take my mom to her appointments, everything. So it's like it's more to it when I'm just saying like, oh, I don't know how she's gonna come because right now me and my mom lives with me. You know, like I'm the caregiver for my mom. Everything is with me. Everybody is like dependent on me. So I mean, I would love for her to come and obviously help me, but I just don't want her to come and
take over.
Because I already used to, but I don't want to be like that and be like, you came, because I need the help, you know, but I'm not ashamed to say I need the help. I would love for her to help, and you know, that'll take a lot of slack off me too, but I don't know how I feel.
Pray for balance.
Yeah.
Right, because I do get that. Without saying, I do have a family member who's like that, who's used to doing this certain thing for their person, and then somebody else comes into it. They know they need to help, but it's hard to trust you with that.
Yeah. I'm the one that's doing it.
I'm the one to do that. I know when to do this. I know when to give them this and give them that. So it is hard to trust people with that, but you do have to.
Yeah, and I do. And I have to be able to learn how to share my mom with other people, because I'm like, it's only been me and Julie, you know? And then I'm like, she deserves, I feel like Maha deserves even more than us, because we got to experience my mom, and I hate that she didn't get to, like, she had to experience I don't know what her life was like growing up. Like, we've talked about it, but she doesn't really speak like a lot of English like she does, but she speaks Tagalog, my mom's language, but like I don't know how it feels to not have a mama. Like, so I can't say, you know, and then my auntie that did raise her just passed. So it's like, she felt like she was mourning her mama. But I'm like, I don't know how that feels. Like, I don't know and I've never even met my auntie. So I was like, I didn't know how to even be there for her in that aspect, if that makes sense.
So you would probably have to, and it's going to be hard, lessen yourself just a little bit, because like you said, she did just lose her mom, who was a mom to her, and she's trying to gain her real mom.
That's why I'm like, I'm gonna have to ease up and be like, I am, and I am gonna do that, because I feel like she deserves that. I'm like, I got to spend my whole life with my mama, so I'm like, I feel like it's y'all time, but I don't know how I'm gonna be able to be like, not be like pushy or be, you know, because I've always been a leader. So I'm like, I don't want to be feeling like I'm so superior to her, like, because I'm not. I'm her equal. Yeah.
Start working on it now, figuring out how to, even if you got to use your daughter to act as if she's her and try to take a little, take a little of the leadership. Somebody, because you don't want to run her off.
I don't.
Like because you don't want her you don't want her to feel like she's intruding, because that's not your message.
Yeah, no, it's not.
We look online, we see you online. It's always like happiness and all of that. And correct me if I'm wrong, my mama got a laugh now, cry later tattoo. I think that's what her tattoo is. It with the two faces?
I got that too.
So it's a laugh now, cry later tattoo. And I know what that means when you're talking to somebody else. You laugh at me now, you're gonna cry later. But I look at it at another end too. like we see you laughing online and all of that and having a good time, but off the cameras, it could be a different story. We only get to see you for the, you know, the good time. And you've been transparent, like with your mother and like your relationship like that. But even deeper than that, when is the last time you cried about something? And I don't even mean like somebody passing or somebody. I'm talking about cried about you, where you were at, what's going on with you. What was the last time you just needed to get it out? Like,
I feel like right before I just came back to Kansas City, I feel like I needed that cry, you know, and I feel like I have those cries often. Like I do them a lot because I'm super in touch with myself. Like I used to, growing up, I wasn't able to show those kind of emotions because I had an African father. Like that was showing signs of weakness. So even if you was getting a whooping, you had to be.
really?
Yeah, and I was like, even now, like, and I see myself even doing that with my kids if I do spank them or something. I'm like, hey, don't cry. But I'm like, why am I telling you not to cry? It hurts. So that means if something's hurting you, don't cry. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to unlearn that. You know what I'm saying? But literally, I have those kind of cries all the time, and I try to make my kids have those cries. Even now, like, I'm like, hey, if I'm doing something to you, you need to say it, like, or cry about it, say whatever you got to say. But I did it, I want to say, right before I came here because I didn't know what God was doing. And when I'm confused like that, and I know even in the scripture it says that he's not going to come in confusion. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to be confused when it's him. You know what I'm saying? You're going to know, hey, this is of his works. But I feel I had that cry because everything is on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I am dating, like I am in a relationship, but still everything to me, mentally, everything that I've been dealing with prior to him ever coming into my life still was on me. So no matter what, if he leaves today, I'm gonna still feel like he can marry me today. I want to be able to tear that part of me down and be like, no, it's us. But I don't know how to be like that yet because I still feel like it's me. I got to do this. And like even being a bit older sister, that kind of naturally comes like that. I know that I got to like handle all the family burdens. I got to handle, you know what I'm saying? I got to take on everything that, like you said, was before me, you know? And that's where I'm kind of dealing with. I'm only here even just, you know, in Kansas City because I came to do a phlebotomy class. So with Michaela. So we're actually about to graduate here next week. So yeah.
But I actually been wanting to talk to you, but I just never thought you were in town, and you had me reach out at the right time. But finish.
You did, yeah. So it worked out.
Yeah,
it worked out. Seriously, I know God sent you because literally, just even us having our conversation process, I know that God sent you just because a lot of stuff that you was even with your music and everything. I know that I was meant to hear that. I needed to hear that, you know. And I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna play it in the car so I can hear it again. Yes. So. But anyway, like I was saying, I had that talk and it made me make that move to come here. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, God, I don't know, is this what you want me to do? Like, do you want me to do the comment? What you want me to do? And I still battle with that. He still hasn't really told me, but what I do know is when I asked to come here, he made everything happen. I didn't have no money. I didn't have nothing. He still made it. He made it happen. Like, he made me be able to get in my car, find the gas, I knew I was gonna have somewhere to stay, but find my tuition money to pay for the school. I don't even know how it happened, but I just know I prayed for it, I asked for it, and he made a way. So I'm like, do you want me to do this? Because you're providing it for me. Like, do you want me to do this? And I'm still battling with that. But I know even like with the comedy, when he asked me like, I asked him like, is that what you want me to do, God? Because sometimes I don't have no ideas. I don't know what, I even prayed for ideas. But maybe he's gonna send me somebody that got the ideas and I'm just gonna be, you know, I battle with that but then when I see people, and like I said, I expressed to you before, when they come to me and they say, oh, you made my day, or you, like I know that that's what he wants me to do. So I don't know if he wants me to be with people or do, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, what he wants me to do. So I had that cry because I'm battling with that. I'm battling with finding myself. I don't know who I truly am. You know, I know what everybody else wants me to be or what I've even put out there. That's why you see me on my page. It's all over the place. Sometimes I'm talking about God. Sometimes I've even asked him, like, do you want me to switch it all around and it all be Christian content? Because I can do it, Lord. All you got to do is just give me the ideas. Tell me what you want me to do. I'll do that, you know? But I don't know. That's something I battle with, because I know that even as far as I can remember, like, I've always had a good relationship with God. Like, even when I knew it could be better, I knew that I was always talking to him. He was always in my ear. He was always in my brain. He was, for as long as I can remember. Even if I'm doing something wrong, like, you know, they say, like, he's part of your conscience and everything. So
Yeah.
he's part of everything that you do. So I'm like, I do something, I'm like, I know I should be doing this. Or I'm about to steal something. He was already telling me, like, hey, man, don't you steal that. And I'm like, man, God, you're just going to have to, I'm going to have to suffer the consequences later. You know what I'm saying? Like,
For sure.
just anything. Even now, you use that in your aspect now. You right before you go out to drink, he telling you, like, man, don't do the food. Like, even in the Bible, you know, he said you can drink, just don't indulge in drunkenness. That's when it becomes, then that's when it becomes a sin. And you go out, you like, man, God, I'm sorry. I know you already knew it was going to happen, but you start feeling bad. Like, now that's how I know our relationship has gotten wet, because he's like always, like, it almost feels like he's attacking me, but like he's always like, hey, don't say this, don't do this, and I'll still say it, or even though he knows I'm going to do it, but he kind of give me a voice of reason, but I haven't got him to give me a voice of reason of what I'm supposed to be doing. You know, like, I don't know.
What if you're doing it?
I won't know. I don't know.
We're not even just talking about comedy, but when you talk about the comedy aspect, the people reaching out to you and telling you you did this for them and you did that for them, it's not something you really want to do at this point, right? The comedy, for real.
No.
Sometimes, a lot of the times, the hardest thing for us to do beat our purpose, though, a lot of times. But you do want to be in love with what you're doing, too.
I do.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
So just keep praying on it.
And I do. And that's what I do. And I know that even in the Bible it says he will honor your desires, your heart's desires. But I'm like, Lord, I still don't even know, because I feel like I'm clouded with some of the worldly stuff instead of, like, I feel like if I just, you know what I'm saying? If I'm so clouded on love and clouded on, like, this is no shade to my partner or nothing. This is just me. Like, even if he wasn't, I still crave love. Like, as a woman, like, I want to be married. I see stuff, and I feel like I'm so focused on that. Sometimes I will want nothing else. I won't be thinking about working, thinking about career. I would just be thinking, like, I'm supposed to be doing that. And I feel like I want to fall in love with him again. I want to fall in love with God again. I want to be intimate with him. I want him to, because everything that's of this worldly world, I mean, he could provide, like, just it's so much bigger with him that none of this will matter. But I haven't got to that space yet. And I'm still working with that in my faith, you know? And I'm like,
He hears your cries.
I know.
I believe he hears your cries.
Oh, he does. I believe it.
It's funny you say that, because, like, I look at, even with Kylie, but with you too, I look at the gaps of sometimes. Like, sometimes y'all are super, like, it's damn near every day something's getting posted. And then there's those gaps, and it makes a person like me think, like, damn, I wonder what they're going through.
And I always think that, do people be like, oh man, she probably going through this. And sometimes I'm very transparent with my followers and stuff. I'll be like, look, man, I ain't feeling it.
Yeah.
You know? Like, and Kali is too. Like, and he's really somebody that, man, he motivates me in that aspect, because no matter what, like, he's still gonna post. Like, I'll be like, look, man, forget y'all. I'm sorry. I gotta work on me. I'm numero uno here. I gotta think about me.
For sure.
But then at the same time, I'm like, God, you gave me those followers. You want me to see, you know what I'm saying? You want me to give them joy. They probably waiting on me. Somebody probably was having a bad ass or irritated, or they needed to say. Some days he do put that on my heart, you know, and I'll post something or something like that. But then even sometimes, another thing that I try to pull from is, like, now that I'm in my faith, that I'm trying to get stronger in my faith, like with the cursing and like some of that stuff I don't want to post. Like, I don't want to do that kind of comedy, but that's what's appealing to the followers. That's how I even got majority of my followers. And I was so scared, like, God, if I do transition into doing like Christian type of content, but still funny, but like, am I gonna lose my following? But then I think about, like, you know what? If I lose that following, I know you're gonna double it with the right kind of following that I'm the people that you want me to be with. But I'm still battling with it, and that's all I gotta do is pray on it. And I'm very indecisive.
I could be wrong. I think the cursing thing is all about how it comes across over there. Like you said, drunk, when you don't want to drink and become drunkenness. As far as when you're cursing, it's just expression a lot of the times. A lot of these Christians, and I don't really claim to be Christian. I'm just a man of God. I'm a man of love or whatever. Though I do believe in Jesus, I just don't like to put the Christian thing on it. And because a lot of those people, they're cursing and stuff, they just do it behind the wall. You know what I'm saying? I think people respect your message when it's real and when it's truly coming from, not just say forcing out cuss words and nothing, but you just really expressing yourself. You don't mean no harm behind it. This is how the skit relates to people, so I'm going to use it in this way. You're using your platform to do. I don't think nobody looks at your stuff and gets evil from it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's love. It's making people laugh and all of that stuff. That's love to me. That's because a lot of times y'all sacrificing y'all time. Y'all sacrificing.
Oh, for sure.
Like you just said, like somebody might need to see this. Like you gotta force yourself to put a smile on your face to do these videos, because we don't see hurt in those videos. It really looks like you having a good time. So, and not saying you're not, but to even force yourself to go out and do that day is big. So if the cursing leaves, it just leaves. To me, this is just coming.
No, I need to hear that. Maybe God put it. You said, speak through you now. Come on, Lord. What you trying to tell him? Tell me.
If it leaves, it just leaves. But I don't think focus so much on it. Just focus on the love part.
It does, but
focus on the love
you're
part.
right.
What you giving us is love. And now that we really get to hear what you're going through, we really see that. It's real love, because you forcing yourself to do a lot of this shit. Not saying you don't like doing it.
No, I do. I love it.
Y'all go through shit too.
Yeah, there's been plenty of videos that they've seen where Kali had to damn near beg me to do because I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling doing the comedy. I feel like doing nothing. I didn't feel like even having. It's a lot of times I'll deactivate my page for months, and people's like, "What is going on?" And I'm like, I don't need to treat y'all like that, but I'm like, I'm battling with myself, you know? And Kali, he'll still keep going, and I admire that about him. Like, I love my brother, man. Like, I really do, and I applaud him all the time because I'm like, man, I can't do that. I'm not there yet where I'm like, sometimes some of the, like a lot of the videos I have been, because he'll be like, hey, man, we need to put this content out. We need to put this content. I'm like, dude, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes it was laziness, and then sometimes it was literally like, I don't even know if this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know. Yeah. So I can't give you everything. But then when it hit, like when the camera's on, I'm giving you everything that I'm supposed to. Yeah. But I didn't want to at first. But then I'm like, and every time it's always them videos that he had to beg me to come or do, you know what I'm saying, harass me and talk crazy to me to come and do the hit that, I mean, like, either go viral or.
Yeah.
He's like, I told you. In a minute, man. I'm gonna fucks with you.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
What's up, bro?
I just realized one thing.
What's up?
I love a woman with some hustle.
Straight up, man, nigga, me too.
You feel me? Hey.
A bitch that gets to that bag, right?
A bitch that gets to that paper.
Match my hustle. You hear me?
Hey, turn it up.
You hear me?
Hey, we can build an empire. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, not like me and you.
Yeah.
Not like me and you.
Yeah.
You my bro.
Yeah, I'm your bro.
Like, but you still a girl.
Like, yeah, I'm nigga, but
like,
I don't mean
still,
shit.
but you, I mean everything.
Nigga, the who?
Shut up, nigga.
Yeah.
Knock your ass out.
Yeah.
Shut up.
And he's been right about a lot of things, but just being his little sister, I was like, man, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to, you know. But he's been right about a lot of things, and even how much like he's seen in me, and be like, man, I want you to be like this, and you're great, and even us together, we could be even greater.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I see it, but sometimes like when you're dealing with all the other stuff, you don't see that because you see all I see is my bills. All I see, I'm like, I'm not making funny money yet. I don't see, even though I could. I felt like I wasn't willing to work to get to that point. I was still like, oh, I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna go to my regular 9 to 5 that's making $15, and when I could be making $1,500 for a video, you know what I'm saying, or anything, just like that, you know. And I felt like I wasn't looking at the bigger picture. Even my partner right now, my boyfriend, he'll be like, you could be so much greater. Like, he does feed into me pour into me when it comes to that, because he has that vision for me. But I feel like everybody has that vision for me. When I'm not the one that I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't feel it. I don't.
Yeah.
He'll be like, man, you could do this. He'll send me ideas sometimes. I'll be like, man, I don't want to do that. I don't think that's funny. But why am I being like that when God probably told him to tell me that, like, hey, do that. That'll be good. I like that. You'll attract this kind of audience. You'll do. And sometimes I'll be like, I don't want to do it.
Or maybe you are right by saying, I don't want to do it. Like, who?
Yeah. Who's to know? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So sometimes I'm like, I don't know. I'm battling with that. Like you said, pray on it. And when I say I pray, that's why I have that cry, because I'm like, God, what am I doing? You got me all over the place. Like, I moved all the way to Texas in a small Hicks town. I don't know anybody. It's just me, my mama, and my 2 kids, and my partner, you know? And I'm like, that's it. Like, and he travels a lot, you know, for his music and does his own thing. So I just feel like he kind of already knows where he's going, you know what I'm saying? And I want to be a part of that, but I'm still trying to figure out, like, yeah, you got that vision for me. You feel like I already got the platform. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do any of that. Yeah. I could literally, today, I can, like, the way that I am, like, I could delete that hoe and I never get on there ever again, and I'll be fine with that. Yeah. But I don't want that for the people, because I know they want to see, you know, like, even when I bump into people, they're like, oh, you that girl, you're so funny, and I love that. But at the same time, I'll be like, man, I ain't put out nothing in months. I ain't did nothing.
An effect on people.
Yeah, and I'm like, I want to put out more, but sometimes I'm like, God, are you gonna give me the ideas? Because I ain't got none. Or are you gonna, send me somebody that, and maybe he has already. Maybe, like, even like a lot of people don't see me and Khalid working, and I know that's a lot of people's mind. Like, for one, I moved, and for two, like, I haven't been really feeling it, like, wanting to do that. I don't know. Even me coming and doing the school stuff, I don't even know if that's what I want to do, but I feel like it's right because I asked for it, and then he's been making it happen. But then, is that my end goal? I don't know. I'm too in tune with what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
No, everything you
cool.
Khalid, shout out to Khalid too, because you say, like, talk about a person. I ain't gonna say you never get discouraged, but you don't see it. Because for a person to lose his Instagram as many times as
he don't give up.
After he
don't give up.
But coming back to you, one of my favorite videos of yours, it's very short. You got the camera in the mirror. You got your work outfit on. You're like, first day
or last day. Yeah.
We shall know by the end of the day. And it just kind of goes in to what you're saying.
Yeah.
And you're living.
And I don't work there no more.
For
real.
Figure it out. And it's cool because, listen, you said, okay, they want this for me. And you want to put this out for people, but you also have to be happy too.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you ever even did this, like, take a lot of the time that you need really to yourself to find yourself, away from social media, away from all of that stuff. Because if you give everybody you and not give you, there will be no more of you to give people.
And I feel like I've done that. No, it makes complete sense because that's what I've done.
So take some time to yourself and be okay with that. Take the time that you need to yourself to figure out what you really want to do. Because I feel like whatever it is that you do is going to connect to the people, however you do it. You know what I'm saying? And you putting God before it.
Yes, for sure.
So whatever it is, whether it's the comedy or whether it's the movies or wherever you end up, it's going to connect how you're happy with it, so you ain't got to question it no more, and how the people who are observing is going to be happy with it, because you can't not be liked. People want to not like. It's people here that's gonna not like you, but they not gonna really not like you, because it'll be like envy, maybe. Man, nobody's gonna truly ever dislike you. Not from what I feel from you.
Okay,
so,
good.
and I could be wrong, but that ain't the energy I get from you.
Okay, good. That feels good.
So,
thank you.
Get to yourself first. You know you gotta take care of your daughter and all of that stuff, but get to yourself first and learn you and learn what you love. Ultimately, that makes you good for relationship. That makes you good for whatever relationship you're in. That makes you push the people out of your life that you really don't need. Though you want to be there for everybody, you start to realize, I can't be there for you right now. So no matter how you take it, I gotta remove you right now. Not to say you can't come back in, but it can't be this you that come back to you. You have to go fix yourself while I'm fixing myself, because I can give you that type of energy. You know?
Yes.
So when you take time to yourself and start to be okay with who you are, everything else falls in place.
Yeah, thank you.
So take that time to yourself that you need, because you really seem to be battling with
Oh, I am. It's real bad.
pleasing us.
It's real bad. Even like me coming here, this is me being, that's why I know that, that's how I know that God wanted me to meet you, and just, even if it's just gain a friendship. No, seriously, even just to gain a friend, whatever. I ain't put out nothing, and you still reached out and still wanted to talk to me. I'm like, for what? I'm like, what do you want to talk to me about? I was thinking, I was like, oh, what am I going to talk about to this man? I ain't put out nothing. I haven't been doing comedy. I don't even want to do it. So you like, I seen what you done for the people, but when I read your message, it was like you wanted to get to know me, you know, and behind the scenes. And I'm like, I want people to know that, so when they do see this, they know, like, I'm not forgetting about y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I got to think about numero uno. You know what I'm saying? I gotta think about numero uno before I think about my kids. I gotta think about numero, like, people be like, man, I gotta put my kids first. You cannot put your kids first if you do not put yourself first. I'm serious. Like, people like, I gotta still, like, you have to really be like, hey man, I gotta take care of me, seriously. Like, cause if I'm not, and I'm still pushing, like, I'm not giving you a healthy love. I'm not giving you, you know what I'm saying? I'm not giving you all that because I'm effed up. Like, I'm crying, but I'm still gonna give you your basic needs, but I can't give you everything, like, that you deserve, because I'm not even giving that to myself, like, and I'm still trying to work on that, and I'm so blessed for the support system that I got. I got my mama, I got Michaela, I got her family, you know what I'm saying? Because I told you, like, I don't have no, like, biological family, you know? Mm-hmm. Got my partner, he's full-time, hey, love them kids, you know? So I'm so blessed for that, but I'm like, if I didn't have them, I wouldn't know what I would do, and if I didn't have God, if God wasn't in my, you know, I wouldn't know what I would do. Like, and that's another thing, because I do have my kids, and that's something that I feel like is my push, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I can't just be doing comedy, man. Like, I ain't gonna be able to buy my daughter this or do this right now. I need the money now. I need this right now. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for our future. And it's crazy because I'm watching my daughter follow my footsteps. I don't know if you've seen the video of my daughter. You did, you commented on there. Oh yeah, she's hilarious. You know?
Who's this calling me? Hello? You would like a pool? I will call a pool. Would you like the Metro? Okay, let's see. The Metro one. We're all sold out, honey. Yes, we're all sold out. Don't get an attitude with me, please. I'm not in the mood today. Okay? The pools, honey. The only pools. What can you get for $30? It's this piece of pool thing you can get for $30. How much is the mention pool? You thought the mention pool was $30? It is $1,000. So do you want them? Okay. Do that. So you're gonna get that $4,000. You're not getting the pool. Honey, keep on having an attitude with me, okay? And if you're gonna keep on having an attitude, I'm gonna cancel all of you. Let me cancel all of your books, and I'm gonna. Don't talk when I'm talking. Don't talk when I'm talking. I'm gonna block you from this number, and you never hear this beautiful voice again. Okay. That's what I thought. I knew you had more money. Now, what kind of pool would you like?
Number 7, sibling.
What pool? Okay, you should have said that the first time when I asked. What size? Medium. Are you sure you want medium?
She's funny, so I'm like,
for sure.
yeah, so just seeing that, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm making an impact on her even when I'm all effed up. And she not even knowing, like, she kind of knows because she ain't oblivious to the stuff, you know what I'm saying? She ain't dumb or nothing, but she's like, just to see her want to go and follow behind that, and she's funny, man. So it's like, she shocks me, you know, and I'm like, she got more energy to do it than I do, for sure, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes she motivates me because she'll be like, oh, mama, this is funny, and I'll be like, oh, let's do it.
He's a good man, Savannah. A good man. He's just in a bad situation right now, and he's trying to get out of it. He's a good
And a
man.
lot of our videos that I have recently posted, and me and her, they went up because I'm like, and I'm using that to build our relationship. You know what I'm saying? Build me and her relationship too, because this is something that I do enjoy doing, and I realized maybe, I don't know if she enjoyed doing it, but she seemed like she enjoys doing it.
Well, she asking you to do it, right?
Yeah.
You never forced this on
No,
her. So don't even, please don't start putting that and making that another thing, and it starts to bother you too. Like,
Yeah.
you're not even forced. She likes doing it. You're
She
not
does.
one of those parents who's like, I do this, so you gotta do. No,
Yeah.
she see what
She
was
does,
doing,
because
and she
even I'm
enjoys
here.
it.
You seen it? I uploaded that video. I'm here. She's all the way in Texas. So when she did it, and my Michaela, my sister, she was like, "Man, Danae just uploaded this video. Man, it's so funny." And I'm like, "Did she?" And I went and looked. I was like, "Oh man, this girl's off the chain." You know, and it's just dope to see that she wants to do that. Like, and I'm like, "Oh, I did that because God did that, really." But you know, but still, you know.
It's interesting that you said you got to put yourself before your kids, because the first time I got on an airplane, but you know how they say that put the oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on your kids. I didn't understand that. I'm like, I'm never putting it on myself
Please.
before my
Hello, you
kids.
got to, because how am I even gonna do? No.
How am I gonna be able to
Yeah.
take care of
You know, be passing out, and then your kids, they still don't know how to do it. It's
So
just
both of y'all did.
Yeah.
You know, so it makes plenty sense what you said.
Yeah.
I have to take care of me first. But you really have to apply that instead of just saying that
Yeah.
too. Another thing, since we got on your daughter, she lost her father.
She did.
And it made me wonder, you have to be like double the parent now.
Triple, because I got a son too, and his daddy's incarcerated. He's never been in my son's life. So yeah.
Oh, that's a whole different one. Never having one, having one and losing it.
Oh yeah, it was really hard. That was a big difference, because Devin, if anybody that's watched or seen us growing up or even knew us, they knew like Devin was full time. He was a real dad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was a real street dude too, but man, he loved them kids, man. If nothing else, I don't ever want to paint that picture, because he loved them kids, and wouldn't be nothing he wouldn't do for them kids. Honest to God truth, I do not even really know my daughter. I'm just now really learning my daughter, because she was always with Devin 24/7. She was like a daddy's girl, so I never seen her.
God, that just threw a whole new question in, because it's like,
I had to relearn my whole daughter.
how do you even, first of all, who breaks the news to her?
Well, my mom did, but my mom did it in, that's why I meant earlier, I said my mom's kind of gullible, kind of like a child's mind almost, because she literally told her and then told her she was just playing. So I had to tell her again, and was serious. I was like, no, because I was like, Mom, don't tell her. And then she was like, I accidentally told her, but I said I was just playing. I was like, why would you say you're just playing? Because he really is dead, so why would you do that? And I forgave her for that, but that did bother me, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's going to be a memory that sticks with her forever, like, oh, they told me he was dead and then said I was just playing, and then I had to find out again. But I had to break the news to her, though.
How do you do that? Because the
don't
thing
even-
is, you, like you said, y'all wasn't the closest.
Mm-hmm.
So the closest thing to her is taken away. So you have to balance out becoming that and letting her know that she lost that.
It was even more, like, it was worse, because the last conversation that she had with him, he was playing with her. She was like in one of her moods, because she's kind of like bipolar, kind of. I don't even want to put that on her, because it say she's bipolar, but she got her mood swings. And he was like, all right, I ain't talking to you then, Danae. I ain't coming over there, and you ain't gonna see me no more. And he died. So she's told me that, and that bothers me even to this day, because he really is dead, and I know he was just joking with her, and he was playing with her. But she's like, okay, I don't care, Daddy. He was gonna see her. He see her every day. You know what I'm saying? So, and he didn't that day. So, and I was with Devin when he passed. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, the day that he passed, like the whole day, he died 10 minutes after I left. So, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
How old was she?
Still bad.
Right.
Yeah.
How old was she when it happened?
I think she was 5. He's been, on the 20th, it'd be 2 years that he's been dead.
And she told you that was the last conversation?
That was the last conversation they had, yes. She said, my daddy said that I wasn't going to see him again, and he wasn't going to come get me, And that is like,
That's different.
it's different.
That's wild.
It's too much.
I had to ask her age because
She was 5.
when I look at her online now, she just seems so smart, and it's not easy to sync your lips with these videos and express the emotion that she expresses. So just thinking of her hearing that, you know what I'm saying, that, and she knows, and she kind of like,
She's super emotional too.
and do she ever put it on herself?
I don't feel like she ever does. She just always says that she just really misses him. That's it. Like, cause she had like he was so close to her especially because like this is me being very personal. Like my daughter's kind of like was like the black sheep out of his kids. Anyway, he had a son. Obviously, everybody loved the son. You know what I'm saying? Because it's his first boy, his first daughter. Danae's a middle child. So and then she had some. You know, I'm not gonna get too much into that. But the first daughter. You know, they all kind of just gravitated towards her. And then Danae. She's more closed off. She's like not super personable. She's not like, she doesn't have all that energy. Like she's not, versus Devin's first daughter, she's still my daughter too, Neve. She had a lot of energy. She's super, like she's friendly. And then my daughter's like, psh, if she don't, she's not like that. Like she has to really know you. And even if she really knows you, she's still like, hey, she pick and choose how much energy she wants to put into that conversation or anything. So she wasn't super, I don't want to say they didn't like her because they loved her. She's still their family, but
Gotcha.
she wasn't first pick.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? It was favorites. So, and that's just me being transparent. I really don't care who's the it. You know what I'm saying? That's me being very they had favorites. So to Devin, it was almost like she was his favorite. Like, and the family has even, you know, had issues with that, but he just felt like she was a black sheep. You know what I'm saying? Because she had me and I'm always been around. Then they got the son. You know, everybody was doing their own thing, but Danae was like her own. I don't know how to explain it, man.
I get exactly
You get it?
what you're saying.
Okay, because I'm like everybody's here, and then everybody's here because they love the son. They love Danae too. I can't take that away from. But she's just not first pick. She's not at everybody's birthday party. She's not at everybody's sleepover, and sometimes. Devin would be like, well, if my older daughter going, and y'all saying Danae ain't, then ain't nobody going. You know what I'm saying? So I went through a lot of that. And it got worse when he passed because now they don't really gotta fuck with her. And they don't. So I'm put that out. They don't. Nobody. 0. Except Devin's dad. No, Devin's dad does. And Devin's mom did for a while, but she was the main person I always battled that with, you know? Yeah, she was there like as a grandma like did, you know, but Danae's not first pick, and everybody that had eyes knew that she wasn't first pick. She was first pick to Devin, but that's because he seen everything. He knew that she wasn't, my daughter ain't first pick, you know? I understand, like looking back now that I'm older and really, you know, seeing how, I know why, because she's not Jeffy. She's not gonna fake it. Like, not that his other 2 kids is faking it, because they innocent kids.
Gotcha.
But that's their real personality. But this is my daughter's real personality too. Like
However she feels, she's going off.
She's going off of that.
She's going to fake how she feels.
No, but she's not rude either. Like,
Yeah.
let's say you speak to her, she's gonna say hello, but she's not about to engage with no conversation with you. She's not gonna ask you how your day is. Not that she doesn't care. She's not who she is, and I feel like she got faulted for that.
What's dope about her, because like I told you, when I seen her online, I was like, yo, she's gonna be,
Man, she's off the chain.
she's amazing. So I do believe these things that she's seen now or going through now or been going through since she was cognizant. I think she's very cognizant of what's going on in her life.
But she won't talk about it, and that's what I want to say about her.
That's right.
You was going there. She won't. Like, she's very cognizant when it comes to that. I know she knows, because I'm like, come on, man. Because then if I really pull her aside, like, why do you think I'm upset right now? She'll be like, because it is. But she'll never express it. Like, even if I'm crying or something, now she's getting better with that, because I try to teach her more about empathy and stuff like that. But before, like, you could be crying and everything, she'll just be like, but now she'll be like, are you all right?
Yeah.
Or if something's bothering her, she told me, this is so funny. While I've been here, I guess I pissed her off. I made her mad. She went and deleted all her socials because I did something. Like, she's that emotional. Like, I was like, so she calls me, she was like, I can't get into my Roblox. And I was like, what? How did you log out? And she goes, oh, because you made me mad and I deleted it. And I was like, how's that affecting me today? And what did I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did that affect, like, what did I say that made you want to be like, I'm done with this? But she'll never tell me. Like, I was surprised that she even did that. And even when I seen that video of her, I was so shocked because she's not like that 24/7. She's not super bubbly all the time. Like, you have to bring that out of her because, so when she did that, I was cracking up because that's what I want her to be all the time, and I can't force her to be.
But you are.
Yeah, I know.
That might be serving as therapy for her to even put that out. And like, she's not ready to talk to people right now about what she's going, because she's going through a lot. She's keeping it in her head, but it's probably even powering her.
Yeah, she done lost her daddy. We done moved to a whole different state and away from your friends and family. You don't know. You used to seeing your cousins every day and seeing Julie kids, Kayla kids every day. We are like this, all of it. Like, you know what I'm saying, with the kids and everything. So we all really close. She don't see nobody. It's just her and her brother.
I hear actual therapy is good for that. Like, a lot of my friends now, they talk about therapy, and I think it may be it may help y'all if both of y'all go to therapy. Because what is dope is that she did tell you, I shut it down because you made me mad, but we do need to get to what made you mad about it. That's a step telling me I made you mad. Cool, I'm not going to block you out.
Yeah, I'm not.
Telling me. But now I need you to tell me what made you mad. I need you to get these things out so I can know how to move.
Because I still don't even know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, for sure.
However you can do it, or, you know what I'm saying, just figure out a way y'all can get to therapy.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's probably not going to be easy. I've never done therapy, but I hear it works. It's probably not going to be easy for y'all to let loose as soon as y'all get in there, but keep going. It seems like everybody who goes through it eventually
Gets there.
and people that I be talking to always, my therapist had told me, and they have gotten to a deeper root of
the bigger problem.
Yeah, but they always resort to what their therapist told them when they're talking to me, and I think that's dope. And they always got these examples and put it together well, and I'm like, okay, that's dope. So therapy does work. So
I believe it.
To get it this early may be even
greater,
more effective.
Yeah.
As far as your other child. What is your relation? How are they going through without the father, your son?
So Devin played a part in his life too. Okay. So he never felt, he's young, he's only about to be 5. So he never felt like an absence because he never had anything. So like Devin was around, but he still was only Danae's dad. Like, he still played a part, but not much of a part to where like my son would really be like, dang, I really don't have nobody. But now, since I do have a partner, and he's super close with both of my kids, so I know he'll never replace their daddy, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's a pretty good relationship.
He get to get some type of...
He gets some of the job done. Yeah, he gets some of the job done, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like with my son, and I hate to say that, but my relationship is a little bit closer with him because I'm all he's ever had. Like, Danae had Devin, so I was really never had to do nothing with Danae, like, except do her hair, get her dressed. She was gone. Like, I'm telling you, when I tell people, I don't know if they think I'm playing, I never seen Danae, like, until he passed away. Like, she was always with him. Like, she still lived with me physically during the week, but it still didn't feel like I was with her because he'll go get her from school, then they'll be gone. She'll come home when it's time for bed, or, you know what I'm saying? So she was always gone, all the time, whether she was with Devin's mom or her cousins, she was gone. So with Peyton, that's my son's name, he ain't going to no cousin's house. It's only me. So I kind of grew a closer bond with him, and now I'm trying to get that with Danae because I don't want her to feel like, I don't want to have that same effect like with Julie and me and Julie, like how our parents did us, or I felt like they was closer to her, or any playing them against each other or anything like that. So I want Danae to feel equal. Like, I love her, like a lot. She's been through everything with me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I want to show her, like, especially me being, you know, moms are kind of harder on their daughter, and I've been.
Yeah.
They are. Like, I've been that mom, so I'm like, because I want her to be like, boom, 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 boom. But I'm like, who am I? I've never been boom, boom, boom. I've tried to be. And so if she's lacking in something, I feel like I'm harder on her versus how I am on Peyton. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I don't want to be like that. So I'm unlearning that, you know. I'm working with that too.
But the fact that you're doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
you're
Acknowledging it. Mm-hmm.
Is dope. Somebody said something real, I'm sorry that I can't remember who said it. It was just recently. If you see this episode and you hear it, slap me on the back of my head and say, nigga, it was me. They said, because you were talking about your partner that's in their life right now and the person that he is, and they said something so dope. You don't have to be their father. You don't have to take on that burden. I just need you to be a good human being around them.
Yes, seriously.
Be a good, I'm sorry, person, but just let
It's
me
gonna come
know.
back to you.
Yeah, because I hate not giving people their credit for stuff. And I thought that was so profound because I've never heard anything like that before. I've never heard it put that way. Like, like sometimes we pressure ourselves too. Us fathers or us men who care or women who care, who are coming into these kids' lives and we're not their real parent. We want to find that balance of being a great father figure to them, but not overstepping our boundaries. And when they say just be a good human being.
Yeah. I love that because I've been that to my partner. I've been like literally been that person where I'm like putting everything on him because I was so used to Devin. So anybody that came in, I felt like, hey, you gonna have to you gonna have to come off the bat like this. But that's not fair to my partner. Like that's not fair to him that he doesn't have any children, biological children. So that makes it even worse. I'm like expecting you to come in and take on 2 kids and they ain't got no daddy and you gotta be and one of them lost their daddy and you, even though he's even known my daughter even prior to, you know what I'm saying, because me and Devin haven't dated since we were, since my daughter was 1, you know what I'm saying, so it wasn't no like that with me and Devin, but the other, like, you know what I'm saying, so it's been other people around my daughter, but like my partner now, he's been around my daughter since she was real young, so, and I feel like I did do that to him, and he's told me, and I didn't see it because I was being selfish. And I was being, I was definitely being selfish. I know that for sure. Because I was like, no, you need to be like this. I'm not going to be with you if you're not going to help me with my kids and help. Like, who am I to tell you that you got to just come in and help me with my kids? I didn't think about it like that, but I felt like that was a standard that I already had set for any man that was going to date me. Like, if I'm dating you, even when Devin was alive, I'm like, if I'm going to date you, like, I got 2 kids. Like, that's a part of me, but also I'm still, them is my kids, you know? Anybody that wants to be around them, like, or allowed to be around them, like, it's their option as well too. It's not like just about us and you gotta do everything for us. You gotta give us everything. You gotta pour all into us. Cause I've done that with my partner and I know that he's still in the midst of doing his own thing and pursuing his home life. So I'll follow him sometimes, like he'll travel. I'll be like, what the fuck, dude? Like we got these kids. Like you can't just do that. But I'm like, I'm trying to find a balance so where I'm like, I'm not taking everything from you to pour into us. When it can be like, we can just be, you know, pouring to one another or pouring into a main pot, but I feel like I'm seeking something from him. Like, I want him to fill that void. Like,
putting that on.
Yeah, for sure. Because my son don't have no daddy. So I'm like, no, you need to teach him how to do this. He need to, I don't know, I don't want to be the one to do it. But I'm like, that's not fair. It's not fair.
Ultimately.
I don't do that no more, but I have. Have you watched Bel Air?
No.
That show Bel Air?
He has though.
Well, it doesn't even, I don't have to use that example. If you do stuff like that and that person doesn't do what they want to do with them because they don't have that time anymore, because they've given it all to you, because you're forcing this thing on them to do it, in their heart they want to keep you, so they'll do anything to try to keep you happy. They'll start to resent you.
I know.
You the reason why I couldn't do this. And
I know.
You know what I'm saying? So
You ain't tell me, I know.
Right.
I don't want to be that person.
Yeah,
you know, you don't want to be that person. I want to be the supporter. I want to be like your biggest supporter, but it's hard because I need support too. And I'm like, and it was hard because before when he came in, because we recently just started back dating last year. So when he came in,
it was all in the midst of Devin dying, in the midst of me. He was still my friend throughout the whole time, but now him coming into all that, he kind of already knew what he was coming into, but I kind of painted but at the same time, I still painted a different picture. Like, oh, I'm fine, I'm regular, but I ain't talked about Devin. I ain't cried about, like, I wasn't super ridiculously in love with Devin, but my whole thing is, I grew up with Devin. Like, so.
You loved him.
Yeah, I loved him for sure. And that's my daughter's dad, and it's like, to lose that, man, and I was with him when the stuff happened, so all that, I ain't even worked through all that, and then I put myself in a relationship. Because I love my partner. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, but I ain't even feel like I'm even able to love him properly at that time, right then and there, because I was still dealing with all that stuff. I was still dealing with. So our first, like, becoming like, in our first parts of our relationship, I wasn't the best partner. I was like, look, this don't have to go like this. It was my way or the highway, and because I was already dealing with my stuff, and I was like, I got to figure it out. It's gonna be like this, but it doesn't work like that. Now that we're good. We're in a good space now when it comes to the kids and stuff like that. But I was doing that with everything, finances or any way that any of my ways that I was set in. I'm still trying to work on those. I'm still trying to do that now with friendships or relationships with anybody. If I'm set in my ways and I feel like it's right, I'll be feeling like I don't owe nobody nothing. I don't have to owe you no explanation on why I'm doing that because I feel like it's right. And if I tell you and you don't understand that it's not right, I'll be like, what are you not understanding that this is right? This is the way it should go. But as I'm really working on it, I'm like, nah, it's not the way it goes. You know? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just find it so dope that you're acknowledging a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Like when you really don't have to. And I'm sure when he hears this, he's going to be like, damn, she do see me. Yeah. She do understand. Y'all probably already had this talk, but for you to have it in front of the world, because we will be in front of millions of people one day eventually. Hello. But for you to put that out, I think it's so dope, and I appreciate you.
Thank you.
As a man, I appreciate you, and as a human being.
Thank you.
Because it's not easy to just let this type of stuff out. You know, there will be people who judge you and all of that stuff, and some of us are comment readers. We want to see what people saying about us and stuff. So I appreciate you for letting me know.
For sure. For sure.
I can talk to you for a very long
same.
You got a lot to give, so this will not be our last conversation. I hope. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I'm alive at this time to exist in this space with you right here, right now. Same. I appreciate that, and I've taken something from this conversation. I've taken something before we turned on the cameras, which was 5 hours ago, because she's been so patient with us or whatever, or we're just talking back and forth.
I love that.
I've also tried just being transparent, moved the cameras a million times, or tried to get this right, and she was very transparent and never tried to make me feel like, motherfucker, hurry up. I need to go somewhere, and I appreciate it.
You don't know how much I needed to be here, so just look at it like that.
Yeah. You want to leave us with anything? Leave the people with anything before?
Anything. What do I want to say? God, what you want me to say to these people?
That's hard.
What you want me to say, Lord? I just tell, right now, for anybody that's going through anything, I just feel like I want to say, just keep pushing, man, because it really is greater. And every time I think that I'm not going to get through something, I'm telling y'all, me sitting right here, right now, my testimony, I'm telling y'all, it does get greater. Like, you can lose everything, and I've lost everything. My sanity, my faith, everything. I'm telling you, it gets greater if you put God first in any situation. If I could leave y'all with anything, put God first in every single situation. I don't care if it's what you make for breakfast. Ask this man, like, hey, fill my body with the nutrition that you wanted. You know what I'm saying? What you want me to eat today? What you want? Every little thing, and as long as you put him first.
Let me get at your partner his flowers though too.
Yeah.
Because not to say he's perfect, I don't know him like that, but from what you say, to come in and you just lost somebody you love, not to say you was in love with him, but somebody you've had a prior relationship
for
with,
sure.
and still had like a friendship.
No, I had a friendship with them for sure.
A friendship.
Yeah.
So you lost your friend, you lost your child's father on top of that. to come in and try to love you through that, and actually love you through that.
He did. Still
to
do.
figure it out, because it's hard. You don't know how to deal with
No.
what the person's dealing with them.
No, you don't. And especially, and that's just me mourning over another man. So I applaud him for that all the time, because I'm like, I was sitting there crying to him about my baby daddy, and the whole time he loves me probably even more than Deb did. You know what I'm saying? That's just me being very transparent. But it's like, I don't know how to, like shift that. I worked on not tearing him down in the process, but at first my anger was like, and last year, man, I really lost myself. I was drinking every single day. Like when Devin died, I was drinking every day. And then last year I was drinking every day. And then I just was like, towards like, I want to say, let's give a month like August or something. After that, kind of eased up. I was still getting drunk, but it wasn't like, oh, I need this to survive. I need this. And a lot of people seen it. A lot of people came up to us. They was like, man, y'all, me and Michaela, they was coming up to us like, man, y'all going down a path, They was seeing us at the Velvet every day.
Yeah.
They was seeing us. I was blowing through thousands. Like when God was fortunate enough to bless me with the money, I was blowing it on everybody, on anything, on just to have validation, just to have people around me that felt like they was going through the same thing I was going through, when in reality wasn't nobody going through the same thing I was going through. Not at that very moment, not losing their childhood friend. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that they never had, but not at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just, I used drinking instead of using God, you know what I'm saying? And that destroyed me.
Using drinking instead of using God and the resources He's put in your life for you to use.
Yes.
Take some of that help.
Yeah.
Like I told you before, you come off to me as a person who wants to carry all of the burden, and you kind of have said that throughout this podcast. You gotta allow people, because it's you being selfish.
Yeah.
Taking that burden is making you act towards people a certain type of way sometimes. So that's selfish in its own.
It is.
And what you want to do is show love. You know,
Don't be selfless.
And you're not trying to be selfish. It's that we don't realize that we're being selfish by trying to take up. Let some of that stuff go. Take the help that you need in order, and all of us to be better for each other. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
But keep fighting the fight. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I even love you.
Yes, I love you too.
I feel like I know you way
Yes.
better. I mean it when I say I love you. I appreciate you. The goal is to leave a lasting imprint on their minds and their hearts. We pray to be indelibly marked.
Yes. Thank you. I love that.
Appreciate you.
That was good.